It's actually like around 2 p.m. It's Saturday. I got 3 days to the deadline, and I haven't written anything. So yeah, that's cool. But anyway, we're gonna talk about Fight Club. Fight Club is one of my favorite movies. I think I watched it when I was like 14-ish, and I really loved it. Even though I already knew somebody had a double personality, but I didn't really know who. I thought it was Marla at first, but it wasn't. I was wrong. It didn't ruin the ending for me. It was still a great movie, and it's one of those movies that you can watch 2 or 3 times and still discover things you hadn't thought about earlier or something. But I'm getting off topic. I'm gonna tell you the story of Fight Club. So Fight Club is a movie about a guy who works in an insurance company, and he has a boring job and he suffers from insomnia. So one day he goes to see a doctor, and the guy tells him, yeah, that's not real pain. If you want to see real pain, go see the cancer patients. And so he feels so empty inside and nobody talks to him, so he goes to check on the guy with cancers, and he sees that people listen to him and people actually care about him in those meetings, because they think that they're so down bad that they only have each other, and that's when they make bonds and stuff. And so he goes there, he goes to a lot of anonymous groups like that, where he meets at one point Marla, who's a girl who does exactly the same as him, and so they work out like a schedule and all, so they don't go to the same groups. And Marla will come back after in the story, but she'll fade away for a bit, and she'll come back at the end, but she's still an important character. But then the main character, we just call him Ed Norton because that's the name of the actor, and the character in itself is never named, we don't know his name. So one day he meets a guy, Tyler Durden, in a plane, and Tyler gives him his number. They like each other and all. But then when Ed comes back to his home, it's completely blown up. Like the whole apartment is destroyed, and everything he has ever owned materially is just gone. Like you see a scene with all the IKEA products in his room that are just no more. And that's another point of the story. It talks about materialism and how material stuff doesn't necessarily make you happy. That's not the things that make you happy. You might like live to have a better car, a better house, but in the end you just don't care. So then he calls Tyler and he says, hey man, I need a place to sleep. And they go to a bar together, and like the conversation goes on, and they realize they've never been in a fight before, and they would like to, because it's a part of life. And so they just decide to fight in the streets together. And a couple of guys join in, I think, and he goes to live with Tyler for a moment, and they realize that they like to fight, not necessarily because they hate each other or because they want to kick somebody's ass, just they want to fight. And they start founding what they call the Fight Club, which is a club in which you fight. I know. And then more and more people join in, because more and more people rally their cause, and they're like, yeah, why not? Why not fight for a moment? And so every night they meet under this bar and they just fight. And that's cool. There are just a few rules of Fight Club. The first 2 ones are you never talk about the Fight Club, which I am breaking. I'm gonna get my ass kicked, don't worry. But there's another few more rules, like if somebody says stop, you stop, you know. It's not like you want to completely destroy the person, it's just for fun. And then comes a few more rules, like Tyler starts to give homework to the members of the Fight Club. Like, you gotta start a fight, or you gotta break somebody's car lights, or throw water at someone, you know? Just simple stuff, but still, like, to piss off the world. But then things tend to escalate a bit more, when Tyler is going to do Project Mayhem, which really nobody wants to talk about because the first rule of Project Mayhem is you don't talk about Project Mayhem. So Ed doesn't know what it is. Tyler is like keeping secrets from him now, even though they're like co-founders of the Fight Club. And Ed starts to investigate a bit more. And then he comes across Marla, the girl I talked about before. Yeah, I'm doing connections. He meets Marla and like he knew that Marla and Tyler were having sex, but then Marla says that she was having sex with him. And so Ed is confused. He doesn't know what's going on. And then I think it snaps in his head and he just knows that Tyler was him all along. Wait, so he has a double personality? Well, yeah, just like us. No, but there's three of us. Could you just stay quiet? I'm trying to record a video here. And so he goes all around America trying to find where Tyler is. I mean, not where he is, but what he's done. Because there are fight clubs in every major city in America. And so he goes there and everyone starts to recognize him, and it's people he's never seen before. And so then Tyler appears in his mind and he explains to him, yeah, I'm just in your mind. And when I'm taking control of your body, I'm giving stuff to do to people from the Fight Club, and I'm just going to fuck with people. Like, he wants to destroy stuff, basically, that's all he wants to do. There's something I didn't say about Tyler. He's a really good chemist. Like, they make soap in the first half of the movie, and they have a scene where he's like pouring lye on his hand, which actually doesn't do anything. I'm gonna show it to you. So quick experiment here, we have some lye and some vinegar, that's what they use to neutralize the burn. And you can really see that if I pour some on my hand, well, there's nothing happening because it's not an actual reaction. But then Tyler now is making napalm, which is the stuff they use in Vietnam. I could also make it. It's not really hard to make. It's just gasoline and styrofoam if you want. But they're trying to blow up buildings with it. So they have like an entire bath full of napalm. And now here comes the climax where Tyler is pointing a gun at Ed and he's like, I'm gonna kill you. But he can't do that because they're the same person. And so Ed trying to stop Tyler. And so he puts the gun in his mouth and he shoots. And then at the end, Tyler is dead because the image of Tyler in Ed's brain is dead. Tyler is defeated from Ed's perspective. And so Ed is still alive, he just has a massive hole in his mouth. And Marla comes to him and they just look at the buildings and the buildings are just falling down. And that's the end. Subjects like overconsumption, loneliness and mental health in general. And it talks about like the connection between society and people who have mental health issues, and they don't even know about it because they're so alone and nobody's there to notice it. And that's why I think everyone should watch it. It's a movie that I loved when I watched it and it made me reflect on so much things. And really, I think it deserves the love that people have for it because it's a really popular movie. It came out in '99 and even now it's still one of the best movies of all time, and everyone mostly agrees on that. So I think it's a great movie. And wait a minute, if there's three of us, he's gonna kill us. Nah, don't worry, bro. He doesn't have a gun. What did you just say? Oh, fuck!